Hey, what's up? I'm back. Welcome back to Jay Can Fix It. Tonight, let's fix something. Got this old 68 Continental. Let's see if we can fix the 8-track player in it. To work on this 8-track player right here, we're going to have to take off this dash. And to take off this dash, we've got a screw here. We've got screws underneath here. And I think there may be a couple of screws right on this long part over here, and then a screw like this on the other side. And the dash should come off relatively easy from what I've seen. So let's check it out. I'm start by prying this off right here. I believe you could take like a little small screwdriver and just pry this out. There it is. It's got a little clip on it like this, and it goes in that hole there. And you can see there's a screw right here. No, actually that's the bottom dash screw. Here's the top screw is up here. And of course there's, my light's flashing. There's screws all up in the top right here. So these screws gotta come out. And then there's screws up underneath here also. So those screws will come out and we'll start working on this thing. All right, I got the dash out. We're gonna do a couple of things while we got it out. Well, I got the dirt dauber nests out, and I might say they were pretty good sized dirt dauber nests, so it's been in storage quite a while. But you don't see dirt dauber nests like that very often. But anyway, I took the bottom of the dash out. Here's the bottom of the radio right here. As you can see, the top part of the radio right there. And there's the bottom part. So I'm going to pull that out now, and we're going to take a look at it and see what we can find out. When you're taking your radio out, don't forget to take these out. These have to come out first. And it's a 5/8, and they're not very tight. I'm turning them by hand. But there's one holding this little cover on. Right here's the little cover. And then there's another one underneath this one. This one may be a little tighter. No, it's not bad. Not bad. So we got it out too. Let's see if this thing will wiggle now. Oh yeah, it's wiggling now. Let me see what else I got to do to get it out. All right, I got the radio out finally. We're gonna look, and right here, you can look down inside there, and you can see that rubber band is broken. So we're gonna pull this cover off, see if we can't fix that. All right, it looks to me, this goes on this shaft right here, and it just fell down in there, and this wasn't even hooking up with nothing anymore. So I'm gonna press it in right here, and it should bring that one out. And I'm gonna put a little super glue on it, and I'm gonna probably hammer it down in there to get it to go again. And we're gonna go from there and see what happens. All right, what I did here is I took this out, and it was loose on here, so it's falling out, and it's got a little pin on this side right here. Right here, there's a little bitty, like a keeper, keyway keeper or something. And I took that off, and I pulled all this out, and I took it over to my table, and this was warped a little bit. So what I did was I took it and I put it in here, and I rolled it around like so until it drug, and wherever it would drag, it was dragging on this high spot right here on this part right here. So I would turn it to where it would drag, and I would mark it to where it started dragging and where it stopped dragging. I'd take the whole piece out, lay it on its side, and I would tap it to straighten it out and put it back in there until I got it to where it wouldn't drag. And now there's no drag on it whatsoever. So we're going to see if it'll play. Hopefully it will. We'll see. Well, got some bad news. The old radio just will not work. I've done everything I can do in my power. So I opted for this. This is retro sound. And let's see what we got in here. We've got power cable. We've got a main cable, speakers, and here's this is going to be our main head unit. And in this box over here is going to be our cover and our faceplate. All right, let's see if we can't get this thing put together and see if we can't get some sound rolling in this thing. I believe I can cut this sideways and make this go here, which it needs to go way up here. Way up here. This is the hardest radio I've ever had to mount. All right, so this is what I did. This is the radio that came out and had this hole right here. So I made this bracket out of a piece of basically aluminum angle iron, and I put the 4 holes in it right here so it bolted into the side of the radio. And there's the hole there, and that's what holds up the left side of the radio because it doesn't have a knob on the left side. So it's important to put that hole there. This radio kit doesn't come with that, which everybody who works on these 68s know that there's some difficulties with these cars. But, you know, you got to improvise, adapt, and overcome. So this is how you fix that. You put a little hole right there, and you just work it through that. So let's get it installed. Well, after 97 million hours of excruciating pain and getting underneath the dash and moving around and everything, I finally got it in there. I think it looks pretty good. Well, the next thing to do is, I guess, hook up the wires and see what it sounds like. All right, these are the wires that were coming from this right here, which plugged into the radio. And this is a stock fader button. Well, we're getting rid of this. We're not using it. Here's the speaker wires right here. I wrote them down and the colors, and here are the colors right here. And that's going to be your right front, right rear, left front, left rear, and the negative is out beside it, which one I'm going to make negative. Because the blue wire in the right side goes to the front and the back, and the red wire on the left side goes to the front and the back. So what we got to do here is, this is going to be in stereo, and we're going to have a fader from the new radio. So I'm going to run a new wire to the front, which is right here. And here's the front speaker hookup right here. I'm just going to tape this up because I'm not going to use it. But I don't want it grounding out on the frame. So I'm just going to tape it up real good and tape it inside here behind this speaker cover. And this, I'm going to hook my new speaker up to this. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And this is going to be my left front, and the other side will be my right front. So let's go from there. All right, guys, I'm trying to figure out the best way to see this. I got it all installed, and when you turn it on, let's see. Need to wipe all the fingerprints off of it, but
respiratory syncytial virus. Compared to adults younger than 60.
Not all dangers come with warning labels. Talk to your pharmacist. Or
now we got a
about getting
radio
vaccinated
station.
against RSV
And
today.
this is pretty
RSV
neat
vaccines, including
because you
Pfizer's,
can
are available.
change it. Change your station right here, just like normal. Or you can preset,
And the world record holder can
and it'll preset so you can play different radio stations.
at a safe speed to come to a
And all of your, normal settings are on here, like your bass, treble, balance, fader, all that stuff. And on this side here is the mute button. And it works, I guess, good, because if you're talking to somebody and something comes up, you can hit the mute button. Also, it's got this, which is a little microphone, and you can talk on this on your phone going up and down the road, and you hear the people in your speakers, and they can hear you through the microphone. But all of this works awesome. It has Bluetooth, and it is works really good. So far, anyway, I like it. Well, thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you. Come back. We're going to be back in the Lincoln again pretty soon. We're going to work on the clock. That clock that's right over there, where it's missing right now because I've already taken it out. But we're going to be working on that clock, and we're going to see what we can do with that. So y'all come back and see me, and we'll do a video about the clock. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good night. I know somebody's going to say, hey, you left your key on, dummy. Let's cut that off. All right. Goodbye.